Hello, I'm SolarLoon, and this is another entry in the pixel art tutorial series. This one will be dealing with a subject. I was going to do animation, but instead of that, I'm going to do something really quick on colors. When you look at a character, depending on how big the character is, you usually want to separate their colors to allow them to be read, to be seen. This character, for example, that I have here is 16 by 16. He's something similar to the character that I drew in the last pixel art tutorial entry that dealt with shadow and perspective. Redrew him a little bit, making him a little shorter in terms of his head size. I think that it was really huge before. Now it's a lot smaller, looks a lot more professional, clean. I also made the shadows darker so you can see them better. It didn't turn out very well on YouTube. Okay, so this is our character. He's very simple. Notice that you can't really see his hands. You can see that he has feet. You probably would guess he has hands, but you can see his arms, but you don't really see that much of him. The reason for this is because he's all red, and so you don't really have anything to look at that directs your eyes to the fact that, hey, he's supposed to be, he's supposed to have hands, he's supposed to have feet, he's supposed to, it's just he's just a blobby character. He's defined in that you can see that he has arms and legs, but you don't see the details. So that's where colors come in. Some people would say, would do, for example, outlines to make your character pop, which is definitely a way to go. You can totally make outlines to really make your character pop visually. But something that is really useful to know is that when you have small characters and you want to have details on them, usually you don't want to have, for example, an outline surrounding the hand, an outline surrounding the foot. It gives, if he's 16 by 16, you can't really see his colors very well. So that's where color contrast comes in. So that's where what I'll be showing today. Now, some people didn't know what I was doing, so I have the toolbox here. I'm using the pencil tool with the brush of circle 1 and a scale of 1. So that gives a pixel-sized drawing tool, and it's no anti-aliasing or blurring like with the normal brush tool. As you can see, it kind of gives that muddy feel. GIMP, the pencil tool just is very sharp. I can't quite remember if that came with GIMP or not. I think it did, but in case it didn't, you can create it yourself with the brush editor. I believe you can enter it in this menu. Okay, so we have our character here. We're going to make him a little more readable. Now this basically consists of defining, using colors to define what he basically would look like. So we're going to give him a gray undershirt for some reason. I'm going to give him a gray long sleeve undershirt. And make sure you use nice, consistent colors for your shadows. We're going to give him a nice blue pair of pants. Jeans, really. Make them slightly desaturated, make them dark, and give them a darker color for the shadow area. And then give him some shoes, which will be 20 for the light areas and 0 black for the dark area. So you see that he's a little more readable. He looks like an actual guy. You can see that he has arms. You can see that he has hands because, his shirt ends in hands. Ends in red, which is the same color as his skin, so it looks like he has hands. And so it's a little more readable in terms of what you can see exactly pretty much what you're looking at. I'm shading this scene weirdly now that I'm looking at it. Let me try something here because it's really kind of messing with me. And that's basically I made the shadows. No, that's even weirder. I'm putting the shadows closer to the camera. He's facing to the right, and so this shoulder is closer to the camera, but it's shaded, so it's a little interesting the way that turned out. But anyway, the reason that you want to use colors with contrast, you can see a lot more defined on this character what he looks like. You can see his hands, you can see his feet, and all that. And also, if I were to try to outline this, try to outline the important parts, so to speak, it would kind of, you can see that I start to lose detail. I start to lose a lot of the things that make him him. He loses his neck if you try to outline his head under there. If you don't try to outline his head, he keeps his neck obviously, which is good. But then, how do you define this line? So that's why you use colors, to use contrast to define the points that you should be looking at, basically. And then we'll give him something else. Let's give him, for some reason, I feel like giving him a green hoodie, which is weird. Weird green hoodie. A striped green hoodie. Yes. Yes, that displeases me. Apparently, for some reason. Alright, something like that. And then give him yellow, darken it, blar, and then give him back the gray undershirt, and give him the hood. I mean, you can do pretty much anything, obviously, to make it interesting, but basically, you want to keep it all readable, no matter what it ends up looking like or being. You want to make sure that it's all readable at all times. That's how you have good characters. All right, so that's weird, but it kind of worked. It's kind of weird, but it worked out okay. Forgot to give him this part. So that's it for basically this quick little tutorial on using GIMP for pixel art. Hopefully you can join me again, and we'll talk probably next time about animation. Thanks for watching. If you have any tutorial suggestions, feel free to suggest them on this video or my channel, or my game development homepage, SolarLoon Game Up. I'll probably put a link in the description down there somewhere. Yeah, if you want to donate or anything, I'd be happy to accept it. But otherwise, thanks for watching and have fun with GIMP.